Most millionaires don't look rich. They don't drive supercars, wear designer clothes, or live in mansions. In fact, they might live right next door, and you'd never know. While the world chases the image of wealth, they quietly build the real thing. Because true wealth doesn't shine under spotlights. It hides in garages, in savings accounts, in the calm faces of people who no longer worry about money. This isn't a story about luxury. It's about freedom, about the quiet discipline that builds something lasting while others chase illusions. The story of the millionaire next door begins not with extravagance, but with simplicity. We grow up thinking the rich live in mansions, throw parties, and wear gold watches. That's what we see in movies, ads, and social media. The message is clear. Wealth equals status, and status must be seen. But Thomas J. Stanley discovered something radically different. When he studied real millionaires in America, he found that most didn't live in Beverly Hills or Manhattan. They lived in quiet neighborhoods, drove used cars, and wore ordinary clothes. Imagine a man in a modest suburban street. His house looks like every other one on the block. The grass is neatly trimmed. His old pickup still runs fine after 15 years. His neighbors might assume he's just an average guy. But in truth, he's a millionaire. Not because he struck gold or won the lottery, but because he lived differently. He doesn't look rich because he doesn't need to. While others spend to impress, he saves to progress. While others upgrade their lifestyles, he upgrades his investments. And every quiet decision he makes, to fix instead of replace, to save instead of spend, builds a fortune invisible to the eye. That's the contrast Thomas Stanley revealed, the flashy versus the quiet, the noise versus the peace. We chase the image of success because we think that's where happiness lives. But the people who find real wealth discover something more profound. It's not about how much you earn, but how little you need to be content. Stanley called it the millionaire mindset. It's not a formula written in finance books. It's a way of thinking about life itself. Real millionaires see money as a tool, not a trophy. They live below their means. They invest steadily, patiently. They focus on building independence, not appearances. They found happiness not in spending, but in control. Think of a couple who drives the same car for 15 years. They repair it, care for it, never feel the need to show off a new one. Their house isn't big, but it's fully paid off. They save not because they're stingy, but because they love the feeling of freedom, of never owing anyone anything. And then, think of someone else. High income, big title, always chasing more. Every raise becomes a new car. Every bonus becomes a vacation to post online. From the outside, he looks successful, but inside, he's trapped. Because when your worth depends on what others see, you can never stop performing. Being rich is about money. Being wealthy is about peace. Thomas Stanley's millionaires had one thing in common: discipline. They built wealth the slow way, the quiet way, through small, steady choices that compound over years. They didn't gamble. They didn't follow trends. They believed in patience, in work, in living intentionally. Picture a first-generation entrepreneur. He starts small, maybe a plumbing business, a local shop, a manufacturing line. He works hard, saves every extra dollar, and avoids unnecessary debt. Decades later, he's financially free. But you'd never know it by looking at his life. His clothes are simple, his house comfortable but modest. He doesn't need the world to know what he has, because what he has can't be bought. He's built something stronger than luxury: independence. The power to wake up every day and do what matters to him, to take care of his family, to rest peacefully at night knowing he's free. That's the hidden formula. Not genius, not luck, discipline. The kind that whispers through time, building something solid while others chase illusions that fade as fast as they appear. Real millionaires don't seek status. They seek freedom from needing it. They wake up early, not to show off, but to stay ahead. They live simply, not because they have to, but because they want to. Their joy doesn't come from comparison. It comes from quiet mornings, handwritten ledgers, time with family, and the calm knowledge that they're secure. In a world obsessed with more, they've mastered the art of enough. The millionaire next door isn't lucky. He's disciplined. He built wealth not to impress others, but to protect his time, his peace, and his family. He lives proof that real wealth isn't loud. It doesn't shout. It doesn't sparkle. It simply stays. Real wealth doesn't scream. It whispers. If this story changed how you see money, subscribe for more cinematic lessons about wealth, discipline, and freedom.